Hi everyone, this is Raj, and in this video we're going to do validation, form validation using React. So I'm going to show you a simple demo on how the validation is going to work on this sign up form. So when you just go ahead and click on the sign up button right now, it's going to say all fields are required. So I'm going to go ahead and put this first name, and let's just put test right there and click on sign up. It's going to say last name is required, and then I'm going to put some last name, say test last, and click on sign up. It's going to say sign up email required. I'm going to put some email like that, and I'm going to click on sign up. However, I need to enter a valid email, so I'm going to go ahead and say test@gmail.com. Click on sign up again, and then I need a password required, so I need to go ahead and just put some of the password, and then I can click on this if I want to, and then when I click on sign up, it's going to say successfully submitted info, and that sign up alert is actually going to disappear, also setting the first name, last name, the whole form to its default state. Okay, so if you want to see the demo again, I can just click on this again, a correct email, a password, click on sign up. You're going to get this alert and it's going to disappear. Okay, so we're going to use Materiel UI Alert, Materiel UI in whole to actually customize and just do this validation. So if you enjoyed this video, then definitely drop a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Okay, so let's get started. Alright guys, so to get started, I have used Visual Studio Code to open up my Create React app, and we'll be editing that here. And then I've also used npx Create React app to create the React app. Okay, and yeah, so it's very simple. We have a source folder which has its app.js, index.js, and we also have the sign up component. And as I mentioned before, we are using Materialize CSS. So that's actually a free component that's offered by Materiel UI. So if you want to get this, you just have to visit Materiel UI /getting-started/templates, or just go to Materiel UI and click on this templates. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see the sign up template. If you want to take a look at the demo, just click on this. It will take you to the demo page. But if you want to get to the source code, click on the source code, and then you can get to this GitHub link, and you can just click on the sign up component. You can clone it or just copy and paste it and create your component, and you can follow with me. Okay, so this is like the initial process that you need to take if you're really following with me. If you're using your own CSS or your own form, that's totally fine. Just to save up some time, I'm just using Materiel UI. Okay, so let's get started. So I've given you just a normal understanding on how the front end we are using. It's very basic React, and we are actually using the form, as I told, we're using from Materiel UI. So this is the sign up form. All of this has been imported, and for you to actually get all of this, you need to install one package. So if I go to my package.json, actually two packages, you need to install two of them. I guess I've installed it. Validation. Oh, it seems like I haven't installed it, but yeah. So let's go ahead and go to Create React app, and so this is the server that's running right here. Okay, in this port, and if you see, I've actually installed it. So if you see, I have Materiel UI icons and Materiel UI core. So you need both of this to be installed. So you just have to say npm install and just say Materiel UI /core and icons, and you can find a whole lot about this in the installation documentation, which I will leave it in the description. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and add validation to the form. Okay guys, so I hope you guys are working on the sign up form. And the first thing that I want you to notice is that we actually have one component. It's just like one component named use styles, and it's one big component which returns. So this is the sign up component. Okay, so what we have to do right now, we need to have an on submit event, and when actually someone's on submits this, we want to take care of the first name, last name, email address, and password. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So if you see, this button has a type of a submit, so we don't need to have an on click here. If you want, you can have it here. So as this is a form, we actually can go to form and just say on submit. Okay, so you can do that, and now we can actually call up a function. Now we haven't still created the function, but we can just say handle submit over here. Okay, so this is the function that's going to run when the form is going to be submitted. Okay, so let's save it, and obviously it's going to give you an error because we haven't created this. So let's go up to this component right here, right, this sign up, and let's go down here and just create a very simple function. So let's call it const handle submit. So I copied it, Okay, I'm using functional components here. If you're using class-based component, that's still fine. Okay, and now what I need to do is I need to take because I need to prevent default submission. So basic stuff, let's go ahead and say prevent default. Okay, so we're going to prevent default, and let's go ahead and alert saying form submission done. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the sign up, and if you see, yes, it's working, form submission is done. We're getting that. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do, I'm going to have state for all of this. Okay, I'm going to have a state for name, last name, email address, password, and also this one, so that I know whether they have ticked it. And I also am going to have a state for all of that, and additional states like errors, is empty, and stuff. So I'll explain that how as we move on. Okay, so if you come right on the top, I guess use state is imported. No, it's not. So let's go ahead and import use state from here above. So let's say we might not need use effect, so we only need use state here. Okay, we need from React. Okay, and now what I need to do right here is that right below here, I'm going to go ahead and use the state. So first I need a state for first name, so I'm going to say create all the state in the first place. So let's go ahead and say first name. Okay, and it's going to be first name, and yep, we forgot to something, so we need first name, and we also name set first name. Okay, now the thing is, you can also have an object, okay, one clean object, but I'm just going to have different states so I can manage them individually, but still that's your preference. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste it 4 more times. Okay, and then I'm going to have last name. Okay, and I'm going to have set last name. Okay, and that's also going to be a string. And then what else do I need? Okay, I need email address and password. So let's say email, and let's say set email. Okay, and that's also going to be a string. Let's say password, make sure you spell it correctly, password. Let's say set password. Okay, and then it's a string there. And then we actually need is checked right here, like promotions. So we just go ahead and call promotions like that. So we just copy and pasted it, and let's say promotions. Oh, it's very hard to speak and type. Promotions. Okay, let's copy that and just say set promotions. Let's make this be capital. Okay, and then let's say use state of that. That's also going to be not going to be a string though, it's going to be false at the first place, so we can manage the actual tick right there. Okay, right there. Okay, alright, so we have state for everything. Okay, and now what I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and also create one more state. Okay, it's very important for me to create two more states actually. So the one state that I am going to create is actually called errors. Okay, so I am going to say const. Okay, so say const error message. Okay, I'm going to say error message, and this is basically for me to populate the error message and check if there's error message, and then display and undisplay some of the stuff, so it will make sense when we do it. Okay, let's create for error messages, and it's very simple. It's just going to be a string, so we can just say a string there. Okay, it's going to be empty, and I'm also going to check const here is empty. Okay, so it's going to be is empty. Okay, empty, and I'm going to say set is empty. So the main thing right in here, why I basically have this, is that just to check whether all of the stuff is empty or not, and just sort of perform some functions. Okay, so yeah, let's say is empty, and is empty. Yeah, and now or we can actually say empty. Okay, not is empty, like I don't know, empty should be good. Okay, and copy that, and let's say set empty. Okay, let's make this e capital, and now this is going to be use state. So at first when you come on, it's going to be false. Okay, so right here at this point it's going to be set to false, because obviously first name, last name, email address is not filled. Okay, so then it's going to be set to false. So from this we can manage a lot of validation, checking if one with it's false, and then populating error messages with all the state we have here. Okay, so quickly let's just jump in and add all of the values and state here, so we can just manage it from here itself. Let's connect the state to the text fields. Okay, so what you gotta do, you just have to just come here and say value. Okay, just say value. Oops, let's say just call this value, and now the value is actually going to be the first name. Okay, so for now it's empty, but however, if this is going to change at some point, okay, if it's going to change at some point, then I need to run a function, okay, that will just check the set first name. Oops, let's take set first name, and then I need to get the event here, and I'm going to say get the event and set first name event dot target dot value, which essentially means that I'm going to take whatever text I have and then add it to this first name state, right? Where's that? Right here. Okay, that will make sense as we move on. Okay, so I'm going to copy the same thing, and it's going to be the repetition for most of it, and this is going to be pretty simple. It's the same thing, but this is going to be last name, so we can have last name here, yeah, and then we can have set last name, which is also going to take in e dot target dot value. Okay, and then the other one we're going to have it is email address. So let's just say email, and let's say set email. Okay, and then at last we have password. So let's go ahead and say password. So if it's first name, it's going to be password. It's going to be password. So let's say set password, and yeah, that's also good. And if you see, we have a grid here which is taking a form label, and if you say color control and all of this primary, I want to receive, yeah, this is the update. So what we want to do right now, this is going to be the checkbox right here, this particular component, and we are going to update the state right here. Okay, and yes, we are going to go ahead and update the state here. All right, so let's go ahead and say value, and value is going to be promotions. Now we should have called it checkbox, but yeah, we'll just call it promotion. It's okay. On change, it takes in the event, but actually we don't need the event because it's nothing like text and stuff. It's just changing the false to true. So then what we just have to do, we're going to set promotions. Okay, you know, we have promotions. We're going to set the promotions to the opposite of the promotion state. Okay, so if it's true, it's going to be false, and if it's false, it's going to be true. Okay, all right, and then the submit, we might need not to change anything. We are just good to go. Okay, let's save it, and it's just going to be the same thing. It should work fine. But however, if you inspect and see, if you inspect your React console right here, and if I click on right here, let me make this a bit huge so you can see it properly. Okay, so let me just expand this and go to right here and grow to components. Okay, and if I just scroll down, and if you see the state of this text field, for example, if I click on this text field, I'm going to go ahead and change this. Okay, DW, this should probably change. Can you see right here? Okay, so as I go on, you know, changing the first name, there we go, it's changing. So if I delete everything, the state is gone. I'll put test, and then I have the state. Okay, all right, so that's what I just wanted to give. We're having the state and managing the state to it. Okay, if you want, we can have redux to it. Probably it's the best to see in the next video, but yeah, we might not need it for now. Okay guys, so let's go and see how we can do the validation. So if you see now, I can just go ahead and submit, and we are getting form submission done. But what I'm going to do, I need to do a lot of validation. Once everything is okay, then I need to get this message, not when I just click it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. So if I scroll over to the top, you can see handle submit, right? So first of all, let's actually go ahead and write a simple if. Okay, so let's go ahead and type a simple if, and first of all I'm going to check first name. Okay, I'm going to check if first name is equals to nothing, which means that there is nothing in the first name, and the last name is actually equals to nothing, and the email is equals to nothing, and if the password is also equals to nothing, the state is actually not equals to nothing, then I would actually go ahead and alert. For now let's do the simple alert, but we are gonna add the Materiel UI alert, but yeah, just for now we'll do it. So we're gonna go ahead and alert saying all fields required, right, something like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to, for now obviously I need e.prevent default, so let's put that way on the top, and now let's just give alerts of submission done. We can look at it later. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to go ahead and click on sign up, and it's going to see all fields are required. Okay, and now let's just show you a demo. Even if I put alert here and if I put sign up done, all fields are required, and then I'm going to get form submission done. Okay, all right, so what we can do right now here, anyway, so what we can do right now here is to just do the validation right here, and if everything passes, then we can actually send it to some sort of an API or anything you've designed. But yeah, here just we're gonna just alert the user. Okay, so now as everything is empty, we actually created the state for itself called empty. So I'm going to go ahead and change that state. So I'm going to say set empty right here to true. Okay, so now we know that empty is actually true. So as long as the empty is actually true, it is and also const empty, yes, it is equals to true, because at the first place there's everything is going to be empty. Okay, so as long as the empty is actually going to be true, this form submission wouldn't run. Okay, but for now we'll just leave it like that. Just delete this and we will get back here soon, but you get the idea I'm trying to say. If I click on sign up, it's going to say all fields are required. Okay, so first let's go ahead and check on this. So I want you to go ahead to the Materiel UI documentation. Just say Materiel UI. Yeah, probably Materiel UI, I spelled it wrong. Anyway, let's go to Materiel UI and let's go right here, click on components. Okay, and then let's go ahead and click on alerts. Let me search it. Can I search it here? If I just forgot. Okay, let's just search it here. It should be good. Alert here. Yeah, right here. This is the one. Okay, so if you see this basic alert, so we're going to implement this one, the first one, the red one. Actually looks good, and then if it's a success, we will implement the success one, but for now let's implement the first one. So for that, what we need to do here, you can click on this, and if you see, we need to import React and stuff, but we basically need to import this alert component. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and import this one at the very top. Okay, you don't need to install anything extra, I believe. So, and then I'm going to take in the first one, just this one. Okay, and then let's just put it right on the top of the div. Okay, sign up, where it says sign up, and below the sign up. Okay, when I refresh that, can't resolve, a module not found. Okay, so let's see what we can do in that. Probably we need to install something. Okay, so I guess we have to install something. Okay, so the thing is, we need to install Materiel UI /labs. Okay, so I'm just gonna simply copy that. You know, it's just a simple thing. So we can go ahead, open up, we can close this server. Okay, let's clear that and just install this one. Okay, let's go in npm install and just install Materiel UI /lab to get access to the alert. Okay, because they actually mentioned it. So let's wait until Materiel UI actually installs this, and we can go ahead and implement it. Alright guys, so it's installed. I'm going to clear it and go ahead and start my server again, and now this alert component would work because we've already installed Materiel UI/lab. It's gonna refresh, and yeah, this should probably work. Okay, so let's get rid of this link. I don't know why we have that. Yeah, let's go click on sign up. Okay, all right, we don't have any errors. Okay, so now let's come down to the go to the very top, and now we can just simply use that alert. Okay, so I've copied the alert, I believe, but yeah, let's go ahead and do it again. So this one, okay, the first one with the severity of error, let's copy that, and let's go ahead and above sign up, I believe. Yeah, below sign up. Yeah, so what I'm going to do to this form, I'm going to go ahead and paste it here. Okay, and let's see how that's going to look. And now I'm going to go ahead and refresh that, and if you see, yeah, it is looking pretty decent. We need to give it some of margin. So what I could do here, I can just put some styling here over like that. Okay, and then I can just say our margin top, margin bottom, okay, of 20 pixels. So it's going to push it 20 pixels further, so I can release that, and there we go, we have that error there. Okay, so if this exists, it's going to push this 20 pixel or 30 pixels or whatever it is further. Okay, so you can see the alert. All right, so what I want to do right now, let's make it 25 anyway. Okay, so what I want to do right now, I need to check once after, not just right here, I need to have this alert alert according to the error. If the first name doesn't exist, then I need to put first name should exist, then last name, then email, then password, something like that. Okay, so it's very simple to do. It's very basic JavaScript. Okay, rather than going to alert this, I'm going to go ahead and set error. Okay, set error message. Okay, and I want to put this all fields required. Okay, all right, so now if you see at the first, when we load the page, the error message is actually blank. There's nothing. So as long as it is blank, this alert is not going to show up. Okay, so let's go and implement that logic. So you see error message right there. Okay, it's a very easy way to implement that. If there is something inside the error message, then go ahead and put this alert. Okay, else do nothing, right? And now let's go back and refresh. Now we don't have anything. I click on sign up, and you see we have the error message saying this is an alert, check it out. Okay, so now it's displaying no matter what you do, only when you sign up, and only if the error message is populated, it has some stuff, the error is actually going to be displayed, or else it's not going to be displayed. Okay, so super simple. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to also dynamically sorry, I can't spell that thing there. So yeah, we're going to dynamically add all the data right there. For example, if the first name doesn't exist, this is going to be first name required and stuff like that. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do. So now I'm going to go ahead and just put error message here. Okay, error message, something like that. Okay, and now if you see set error message all fields required, and now if I go, you see all fields are required. So if I refresh that, and if I click on sign up, it's going to say all fields required. Okay, cool. So pretty much you're able to do this in a very easy manner. So now what I need to do, if everything of this doesn't exist, then I go ahead and put this. What if one of them is filled and the other one is actually not filled? We want to do it something like that also. Okay, so now we also can do that. If first name, last name, email, password doesn't exist, then go ahead and do it. Okay, else you can do something else. Okay, so let's have an else statement here. Okay, else what I'm going to do right now is, first of all, check first name exists. Okay, if first name exists, okay, if first name exists, then if the first name actually doesn't exist, right? So it's one of the easy ways you can implement this validation. So when the first name doesn't exist, then go ahead and set the error message to first name required. Okay, so let's say if the user filled everything except the first name, then the error message is going to be first name is required. Okay, and now let's put an else here. If first name is empty, then we have this, and yeah, we also can just copy that and add bunch of if statements here, and yeah, right here. So we have to say last name, okay, exist, and then it's going to be email. And email, I'm going to have a regex expression, check whether the email is actually valid enough. But yeah, just check the email exists, then do this. And then I'm going to say first name, I'm going to change this obviously to a password. So password exists, then you got to do this. So first name, this is going to be last name is required, and this is going to be email is required, email required, and this is going to be password required. Okay, so first it's going to check if everything is empty, all fields are required, set empty to true, and we might not need it for now, but yeah, just follow it. Else, if something is not empty, it's going to check if first name is not empty, then pre-populate it according to that. So let's go and give it a shot. So you see, I'm going to go ahead and click on sign up. It's going to say all fields are required. I'm going to go ahead and fill up first name and click on sign up. Then it's going to say password is required. So I don't know why it's saying like that. Let's say set last name is required. Okay, should be not like that. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and say password like that. Sign up is going to be email is required. When I click on sign up, last name is required. Okay, all right, so I'm going to click on sign up. So it is working, but there's some sort of a lag. It's actually showing, it has to check whether last name is nothing and then pre-populate it like that. Oh, the case is like that. Okay, the thing is, if the first name is like that, it's going to pre-populate first name required, and then it's going to check last name required and pre-populate it like that, and it's going to go ahead until last and do it. So we need to go step by step. So the easiest way to do it, I mean, wouldn't be the most effective one, but the easiest way you can do it is actually doing an if here. Okay, if this is good, else you go ahead and check for the last name. Okay, you go by step. Okay, else you do a check here like that. If else, go ahead and check if email doesn't exist, right? If the email doesn't exist, then go ahead and pre-populate this one right here. Let's say, oh, this actually should be last name. Okay, so say last name here, let's say error message, and let's say last name. Okay, else go check if our last name is like that, then you do this. Okay, else if last name is true, then even if this is not there, then we do an else catching on to this right here, and then we run an if inside that of just check the email does exist or not. Okay, and then we can go ahead and do it like this. Okay, if the email doesn't exist, it's going to be email is required. Even if the email is there, we can attach an else here. So right here, and you're gonna say, let me paste it right here. Okay, and now it's going to be email, sorry, it's actually going to be else if password. Okay, probably obviously the password is only going to be there because everything is okay and it should be jumping on the password. But yeah, we would do a check here also and say password is required. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and give it a shot right now. I will explain the code again. Probably I did it fast, I will do it again. So let's go say sign up. Okay, first name I'm gonna fill it, sign up, last name required. Okay, let's put the last name, email required. Okay, let's put the email. Now password required, I'll put the password. And then if I click on submit, what I need to do, if everything works perfectly, I need to have an else here. Okay, and then if everything is okay, then I would go and say set error message. Okay, this error message to false. Okay, so whenever this error message is equals to false, it's actually going to disappear, because we're actually doing a dynamic render right here, checking if the error message is actually true, then we render this. If it's nothing, then we do nothing. So when it becomes nothing, it's going to be nothing, right? So I'm going to put the first name, sign up, last name required. Okay, sign up, email, sign up, password required. Put the password, and I click on sign up, and there we go. The what they call the alert is actually going to be disappearing. And now this actually you can manage this. For now it's actually saying I want promotions or not. Depending on this, you can do an API call and post the user. But normally what people used to do, saying agree to the terms and condition, and depending on that also you would do the validation. Okay, you would just give the sign up button like that. Okay. Alright, so now guys, what I'm going to do, this is like the basic validation, checking everything exists or not. But now what I'm actually going to do is actually going to go ahead and validate this email address, because this email address is actually, I mean, it doesn't actually exist, right? This email address is not going to be something like that. Is not an email address. It should be a proper email address. So for that, we're going to go ahead and do a check on the email address using regex expressions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create where could I do it? Okay, under the styling, I'm going to just say let email regex, and this is a regular expression. Okay, that's just going to be for email, checking whether the email is valid or not. Okay, so I'm going to put it like that. So this is the regular expression. I will also leave the link for it down if you want to take a look at it. Okay. Alright, so now we have the we have taken in the email regex expression, and now we need to basically check whether the email does match to it. Okay, so if you see the email, we're checking if the email does not exist. Okay, if it does not exist, it's going to go ahead and say email is required. Okay, however, if there is some email, if there is some sort of email, then we need to go ahead and check whether the email is again valid or not. Okay, so you see this else statement right here. So else I'm going to check whether it's valid or not. So I'm going to copy that. Before even I go to password and all of that, I'm going to Control X, cut it, and put an else here. Okay, and check whether the email is actually going to be worth enough, or whether the email is valid. So what you could do right now, you can say else, you can just put an if condition here and just simply check if the email matches. Okay, the email regex. So it's going to take in your email, which is the one you're typing, and then it's going to take in this email regular expressions, right? So it's going to match it, whether it's going to check whether it's going to match it, right? So if the email and regular expression matches, then do nothing. In this case, what we need to do is to just find an error. So we're going to put an opposite, so exclamation mark. So it's going to check the not of it. For example, if the we're checking whether the email doesn't match the regular expression. Okay, so if it doesn't match the regular expression, then we go ahead and set the error message. Okay, saying enter a valid email. Okay, so yeah, the logic is it's checking whether the email doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, say email required, and then tell the user, and once the user submits, it's going to check whether the email is valid and then move for the next one. Okay, and now here we can have the else. Then after this everything matches, then we can have the else, and then check for the password. And you also can have a regular expression for password, but for now this is more than enough. Okay, just more than enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and refresh, and let's go ahead and click on sign up, and it's going to say all fields are required. Let's just say Raj here, let's say Sudan here, sign up, email is required. Let's put any email, just email like that. Click on sign up, and it's saying enter a valid email. So let's say test123 at email.com. oh 123 is fine, at gmail.com. And then when I click on sign up, there we go, it's saying password is required. Then I'm going to go ahead and type any password I want. And in fact, you can also have more regular expressions for it, but for the simplicity of the video, I'm not going to have it. And if you want to tick it and click on sign up, and now if everything is perfect, that alert is actually going to disappear. Okay, and now what we can do last right now is if you want to send an API request, you're going to send it right here. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead and comment this, so I can go over this from first. Okay, so this is going to check whether all fields are empty. Okay, so you can check it's it's just check all fields. Okay, so it's gonna check all the fields whether it's empty or it's not empty and all of that. Okay, And then what it's actually going to do, it's going to go ahead and check first name. Okay, so we can just say check first name like that. Okay, and then at this point it's going to check the last name, right? So it's going to be check the last name, and then it's going to go right here, check whether email exists, right? Check whether email exists. Okay, and right here it's going to check whether the email is valid, right? It's very important at this point to check whether the email is valid. And then at this point it's going to check whether password actually exists. Okay, like that. And then if everything is okay, it's going to go ahead and just gonna make it success. For example, if you want to have an API call here, so passing all your information to API, then this is going to be your success. So right now I can just go ahead and alert. Oops. So let's go ahead and alert. Just a simple saying, all looks good, or just submission successful. Okay, submission successful. Okay, very easy. Now let's, as you guys can see, I'm going to click on sign up, and if you see submission successful. Now what I want to do right now is you want to see this success alert right there. I'm actually going to go ahead and use this success alert. So if you see this alert right now saying severity success, so I'm going to go ahead and say severity success. And now what I'm going to do on top of the, where is the, now it doesn't matter anyway. So where I have the alert component, this is one alert component. Okay, this is the error message alert component. So it is going to be error message alert. Okay, it's going to be the alert, error message alert. And now I'm going to have the success message alert. Okay, so I'm going to say this is going to be success message alert. Okay, all right, so this is what I want it to be. And now what I'm going to do, obviously you know it, we need to have a state just to manage that. Something like this, I'm going to just say success. Or the thing is, like, we can go ahead and change this to success itself, because I thought we might need set empty, we might not need set empty. So I'm going to say set success. Okay, and now it's going to be false at the first place. Okay, and then change it to true. All right, so const success is equal to set success and say use state is false for now. But however, we are going to set the success before alerting. So I don't want to alert right now. I want to set the error message to false and set the success to true. Okay, set success to true, or even we can actually make this also a string, so we can check whether there's something inside that and just go ahead and just go ahead and display that. So I'm going to call this success message. I'm sorry because the video wasn't planned enough. It was pretty simple, so I just wanted to go on the way, just do it. Okay, so I'm sorry if there's any errors. So success message and success message, it's obviously empty for now, but however we're going to go ahead and set the success message actually right now, like success message. Okay, so let's just go ahead and say success message, and let's give it a success message of all or successfully signed up or submitted info. Okay, something like that. Okay, just a success information. And depending on the success message, we are going to go ahead and obviously that we're going to render this component. So I'm going to say success message. Okay, and if this exists, go ahead and do this good alert, or don't do anything. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do it. And now let's go for the React app, and let's say set empty. Oops. Oh yeah, because we're actually changing the state of it right here. Okay, we might not need to do it right now. All right, so now this should work, and I'll click on sign up. All fields required. Let's put something right there, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna put sign up, Okay, we need enter a valid email. Let's put test@gmail.com. okay, and when I click on sign up, it's going to say this is a success message. Okay, this is a success alert, check it out. Oh, okay, because we need to dynamically render it and also add some padding to it or margin. Just totally forgot about it. Okay, so first let's go ahead and give it some simple styling. Okay, let's go ahead and say margin top. Okay, and let's say margin top, and then what we can do is we can give a 25 pixels, the same thing to this, and we can dynamically render the success message. Okay, write this. Alright, so let's go ahead and give it another shot, and it's actually not margin top, it's going to be margin bottom. Okay, alright, so now if you see, it looks good. Successfully submitted info, the spelling is wrong, so let's go ahead, change the spelling, change the validation here. So successfully submitted info. Okay, and this should look good. Yep, let's refresh that. Let's go give a shot again. Okay, let's put this email should be valid, so let's just put test@gmail.com. okay, and now let's go put some password, click on sign up, and then it's going to say successfully submitted info. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put this set this success message and give it a set timeout. So this success message is going to pop up, and the first thing I want to do is to clear all of this because I've already signed up or added the user. And then what I need to do is to go ahead and just have this for around 2 seconds and then get rid of it. Okay, that's what I want to do. So the first thing that I gotta do at this success point of view, I did this, but before I want that, I need to get set first name. Okay, I need to get set first name to false. Not false though, it's going to be normal again. Copy paste, and it's going to be set last name, so it's going to be last name. It's going to be set email, so it's going to be email, and set password to be password again. Okay, so if this becomes a success, everything is going to be set back to the normal. Okay, so whether even if the user is going to check the promotions, you're also gonna check the promotions to false again. Okay, and it's going to be set promotions, and let's give it a P there. I guess it should be promotions, yeah. And now let's make it false again. Okay, because we need to set this to the initial state. And now we're going to put this success message like this. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and say set timeout. Okay, I'm going to run a function, something like that. Okay, and what I need to do here, I need to go ahead and set the success message to false again, to nothing again, to empty again. So if it's empty, it's actually not going to display here. So I need to do it not right now, just after 2 seconds. So I'm going to say /2000 because it's going to be 2000, meaning 2 seconds. Okay, so now let's go ahead and give it a shot, refresh it, and hopefully all the validation should be working. Okay, last name, yeah, last name required. Email address, let's put one of my email address right here, and sign up. Password required, let's put some password and click on sign up. Wait for 1, 2, and there we go. The second second is going to undisplay the whole success message because we actually set the success message to nothing after 2 seconds. Okay, so after 2 seconds it's actually going to be nothing, and the form is actually going to be coming for the default state. Okay, alright then guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It's a very simple video. You also can mess with a lot of stuff in this. For example, you actually can mess with a lot of stuff like the sign up button itself, because Materiel UI allows you to do it. So if you come right here to this button over here, you can see variant contained. You basically can change this to disabled. Okay, and if you do it, it's going to be disabled. For example, you cannot click on the sign up button, so you actually can have a state on the top like is empty or not, like that, and then you can disable and undisable the state. But it's just basics, more than enough what we have covered. Just a simple validation, we have added it. You can put the first name, email address, password, sign up, and we also have this good validation right there. So we can put it, sign up. We're going to have a successfully submitted info. It's going to go in 2 seconds and everything's been cleared. Okay, so it's very heavy. You can use this in even a production level application. This validation is good because we're using regular expressions and stuff. Normally this is a very simple way of doing it. I've done in the most a bit of complicated way, because whenever you deal with APIs, the error messages are going to be according to the APIs and stuff, which I will actually do a video specifically just for that, having a lot of regular expressions of password, having an email address, disabling the buttons, and then getting the information on API, and then having those into these alerts. And there's a whole bunch of things that you can do. And yeah, you can also reduce the amount of code right here. I've used a lot of if and else, but just a simple way of doing it. I just wanted to show you how you can do it, a simple way, some good validation. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much. If you want to see more videos like this, then definitely go ahead and subscribe and watch my other JavaScript playlist. I have a lot of them, and I'm also doing MongoDB, Node.js backend stuff you want to check out. Also my Python playlist if you are interested in automation and etc. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.